What's up, everybody? This is JDLs with the Martial Art Limited Association and Kishi Dojo Martial Arts Unleashed, and I am back with another review video for you guys on the new Revgear Travel Locker XXL. Let's check out this bag and see if it's going to be your next gym bag. Awesome. Well, here we go. So this is my purchased Travel Locker XXL from Revgear. It's a pretty much brand new bag, and I waited a couple weeks to make this review because I wanted to, one, make sure how this bag worked for me, and I wanted to be able to give you kind of an honest review. So I did get my bag in, and I had one of my students go ahead and sew my, my personal gym patch on. So as I'm using this bag on my day-to-day, or even if I didn't like it, and let's say I were going to give it away, it would still be repping my gym. So what can I tell you about this bag? Well, first of all, it's big. Now, my previous go-to bag for all my training sessions was the original Origin gym bag or backpack, and I will throw an image of it right here. And so that was my go-to bag, and this bag, being that it's new, was supposed to be the replacement to that. So first, before we get into my true thoughts about it, let's kind of get into the pockets and show you how big this bag is and what it's capable of, what I like, what I don't like, and what I would change. All right, so we have an initial pocket right here. What's nice is the fact that there's nothing, no pocket or no mesh right here. So you can have your patches or whatever sewn on it and you're not actually doing any damage to the bag. So I do give them kudos for that. Right on the inside right here, you have like a tablet pocket, maybe to put like an iPad or something, tablet. Maybe business cards right here, a pen or, yeah, one pen. And then a little pocket maybe for headphones or something. So you do have a little bit of options right there if that is something you want to do. Of course, it does say Revgear here, and they do have the BJJ patch on there. Moving on to the next pocket, we move into the big pocket. All right, so this is a pretty big pocket. And right here, you're going to see a quick little video of me fitting one of my assistant instructors, his son, who's 5, can fit in this, and I can throw them over my shoulder. So it's got some good space. So with this, it is a good sized pocket. I have fit 4 complete uniforms in here, 4 uniforms, 4 BJJ gis. And so you got room for training. Also, there's a mesh pocket right here, so if you needed to put some stuff right here on this side, that's cool too. All right, there is a third pocket right on this back side. This is your laptop pocket, okay? If you do have a laptop, and I will tell you, this will fit probably an 18-inch gaming laptop if that's something you're going to carry around. For my martial arts training, when I go to seminars and stuff, I carry a pretty small comm system. I still bring a computer, but I usually will bring just like my Surface Pro, so I did not need this much space. So that's just something to kind of consider, but it is there. And then there's a pretty decent pocket right here, maybe for some extra clothes or whatever, if you want to put your socks and underwear or whatever, so it stays away from your uniforms. So you do have that pocket right there. You do have a little tiny pocket right here. This is what they call the Comm Pocket, and you can actually put like fish your headphones through if you had your phone or something like that right in this little pocket right here. It's, in my opinion, it's a little too big for that kind of stuff. I mean, again, I wear a size large glove, and that's my whole hand plus. Like, I mean, you're eating up that much space, and I'm opening my hand up. I think this could have been a little bit smaller. I also think they could have had a little bit softer lining, something like that for that. But it is there. You do have a big pocket. And then on the side here, we have a long pocket. So you get this one here. This one is kind of like insulated, like if you have wet gear. So, of course, like all bags, it does eat into your gym bag a little bit. However, it is padded, and it is for wet gear. And then finally, our last pocket is the other side, And again, it's another large pocket. I was thinking personally for like your belt or something. And then it has a couple small little mesh pockets right here to put a couple small items, maybe like your deodorant and, you know, toothbrush and travel itinerary stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the bag close up. So as you can see right here is the front of the bag. And now we're going to go ahead and open the very first pocket. So this is the outside flap, and as you can see there's like a little small pocket with Velcro patch. And then you got the tablet, small little business card pockets. And then as I showed you that you could just sew your patch onto the back and there's nothing you're going to ruin. The next pocket is of course the big pocket where we put Mr. Riley in there. You can see that. Good size. You can fit a lot of gis in here. Like I said, I fit 4. And then we'll go ahead and close this one back up. And then we're going to move on to the Comm Pocket. So communications pocket. Like I said, I've been using this for a couple weeks, so it's got a few things in it. So that's the Comm Pocket. Again, I think it's a little bit big. And then this is one of the side pockets. This one should be the one that's got that liner. So it's good size. Eats a little bit into the bag, but not a problem. Again, I think for that one I put my belt in there. And then the other side is like maybe for a water bottle or something. It's definitely got like a control for, hey, it's got stuff like that. But then the water bottle can be on the outside as well. So, and this is a close-up of that liner. And then we move on to the laptop pocket. So here's where the laptop goes, as well as maybe other clothes or something like that. And again, this laptop pocket is huge. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at it. And looking at the back, here are the straps. They're pretty standard. Nothing really crazy on there. You get the little hoops, and then you got the adjustments. And then moving these straps out of the way, you can see we have a mesh back. And so that way your back can breathe and kind of supports it when it's on your back, especially when you got a lot of gear in there. And then the bottom, the material's a little bit thicker. But like I said, I wish there was these little 4 rubber feet, so it keeps it kind of off the ground and also keeps it structurally stable. And then I was thinking just cutting one of these pockets on the side in half. Handle I'm not happy about. Handle I think is kind of cheap. Seems kind of weak in my opinion. So that's the bag on all the sides. There you have it. So those are all the pockets. Let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. First things first. Again, this bag is big. Alright, you get a lot of room to put a lot of stuff in. I actually do a lot of training and traveling when I train. So, like when I go to California to train with Guro Ron or Guro Dan, or when I go to Atlanta to train with Sensei Erik Paulson, and many of the other ones I go to do. Pretty much almost every other month for my training. And my old bag, like I said, was the Origin bag. And that was my be-all, end-all. Now, mine is pretty old, and I bought it secondhand because they discontinued it, and I was very upset about that. But a couple of my zippers and stuff stopped working. So, what do I like, what do I not like? First things first, there needs to be little feet on the bottom, personally. I think they should have little rubberized feet, just so when I put this down, it's not sitting directly on the ground. That's one of my kind of pet peeves. Also, I like in my Origin bag how there's like some hardened cardboard at the bottom and it folds in half. So when I fold it out, it gives it kind of a little bit more structure. This one doesn't have that at all. So if anything, I'm forced to cut my own cardboard and put it in the bottom to kind of keep it structurally sound. I wasn't sure why this pocket was so big and it had to be insulated. I wasn't quite positive what the idea behind that was. I don't, you know, again, if you're training hardcore and you have your gi is wet, it's not going to fit in this little pocket. And if you had your belt, unless you dropped it in water, I mean, maybe your flip-flops. I'm not really sure what the idea was behind this pocket here. But it's a good sized pocket. The handle, I don't really care for the handle that much. I think they should have went with one of those steel braided handles. That gives a little bit more control and structure. A little bit kind of flimsy in my mind. Although I do like the fact that they give you a coat hanger hook. I like that. And the straps are just fine. One of the things I also would have done, in my opinion, was to make that laptop pocket a little bit smaller and maybe use this space right here to have a little pocket. That's where I would have tried to tuck my belt. So it could have been right here on the inside. I haven't had a chance to go train with this bag. Like I said, with COVID and everything, I haven't been able to go do my travel training. I have used this for going back and forth from my gym for the past couple weeks, and I am going to give it a valiant effort. I'm going to give it a go to see if this could replace my Origin bag. I think it's going to be a thumbs up on that, just by the simple fact is, one, it's not tearing in a couple places. Two, it does have the room for a little bit more gear. It's just going to be a matter of laying it out, finding out how I lay it out properly to see if it's going to hold all my stuff. What is your favorite training bag? I'd like to know. Go ahead and put that in the comments below. Tell me what you guys think. If you've had the Travel Locker XXL, I'd be interested to see that as well. Again, it is a big bag. I also probably would have cut one of these pockets in half. I think having two really long pockets, in my mind, is kind of a waste. I think they could have gave you two pockets on the side, and then you could have like got to your deodorant or whatever from the outside. I think would have been better, in my opinion. But there you have the Revgear Travel Locker XXL. Let me know what you think. See you later.